Hello America, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the tax on service and property presented to the American people around March, the year 14 after Bitcoin, or 2023. So the truth is that the federal income tax is the tax on federal income. It is emphatically not the federal tax on income. If it's truly the tax on federal income, then naturally it is the tax on federal property and federal service. So in this video, we're going to show that where the word property or service is used in the Internal Revenue Code, property means government property and service means government service. It is elementary law that every statute is to be read in the light of the Constitution. However broad and general its language, it cannot be interpreted as extending beyond those matters which was within the constitutional power of the legislature to reach. And so, there are two properties defined in the light of the Constitution. The first, at Article 4, Section 3, Clause 2, means the property belonging to the United States, in which Congress shall have the power to dispose of and make all needful rules and regulations. And secondly, it's the life, liberty, or property guaranteed by the Fifth Amendment and private property which shall not be taken for public use without just compensation. Property can only mean property belonging to the United States because it's the only property that is within the constitutional power of the legislature to reach. And Congress cannot change the definition of property. That's because every word in the Constitution must have due force and appropriate meaning. And the Constitution is a written instrument. Therefore, its meaning does not alter. That which it meant when adopted, it means now. Also, words must be read in the gloss of the experience of those who framed them, and would receive the significance of the experience to which they were addressed, a significance not to be found in the dictionary. Therefore, Congress cannot invoke the sovereignty of the people to override their will as declared in the Constitution, and they cannot redefine the terms in the Constitution from which alone it derives its power to legislate. Thus, property is property belonging to the United States, and it means government property. And property, when used in the Internal Revenue Code, cannot mean the life, liberty, or property, nor private property as secured by the Fifth Amendment. Now let's talk about service. What is service, and what does the light of the Constitution reveal about the meaning of service in the Internal Revenue Code? The light of the Constitution at Article 1 says that congressmen shall receive a compensation for their services. At Article 2, the President shall receive for his services a compensation. Article 3 says judges shall receive compensation for their services, and Article 1 again, the militia may be employed in the service of the United States. So we know that the armed services is a service, and we also know that the postal service is a service, and also the secret service, the marshal service, housing service, ocean service, research service, inspection service, nutrition service, and on and on. And so we have all these services in the United States government, and I conclude that service means government service. Now let's have a look at the statutory evidence for the term service. For example, a W-2 is authorized by 26 U.S.C. 3401, and the term wages mean remuneration for services. 1099s are authorized by 26 U.S.C. 6041A, in which service recipients must report remuneration for services performed. And a service recipient, also known as a person, is any government unit and any agency or instrumentality thereof. Also, gross income includes compensation for services. Therefore, service means government service. And service is not the same thing as labor. So in conclusion, property means property belonging to the United States, and service means service of the United States. In other words, if you had no property belonging to the United States, then you could have had no gains on property, and therefore no capital gains tax. And if you didn't perform a service for the United States, then you didn't receive compensation for services, and there are no wages to be taxed. To see how this all works, watch Honest Tax Returns, first published in December 2016. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Thank you for watching.